Good morning, friends. If you joined me live last night, you know that Gladys was digging a nest. And right now, we are going to see if she laid eggs. She's just off camera, and where she laid the nest is right underneath where that plate is. So we are gonna see if Gladys, the Western Hinchback Tortoise, laid eggs. We're gonna see if she did it. So this is the area. Oh man, this is looking somewhat promising. This is the area where she dug, and she's checking us out to see us. Now, here's Gladys. She doesn't feel all that light. So, I don't know. Well, look at that. She's showing some new growth. You see those white, kind of hard to see, but there's a little white line there. That's nice new growth. And that's what we want. I've not paired Gladys with any tortoises yet because I just wanted her to grow. But let's see. Let's see if Gladys laid any eggs. I hope she laid eggs, but I'm not holding out hope that she did. She definitely dug a hole. You know, it's softer where she was digging. But I have a feeling that she did not lay eggs. Yeah, I'm not feeling anything here. This is definitely the spot where she was digging. Yeah, I kind of doubt it. I don't think she laid any. And I'm down to the deeper spot. So we're seeing if Gladys laid eggs, guys. This is where she laid last night. Well, she was digging last night, but I'm not sure if she actually laid. You can kind of see what I have is coconut chips the coconut chips are underneath a layer of peat. And yeah, I don't think she laid any eggs. I do not believe she laid any. But let me go get another glove and let me show you Gladys. Gladys is one of my favorite tortoises. That's where she was laying. I mean, they're all my favorites, guys, but there's Gladys. And we're gonna palpate her and see if we can feel eggs when I come back. Just a second, let me grab a glove. Okay, I'm back. I always like to wear gloves. It helps just keep everything a bit more clean. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna grab Gladys. Oh, she moved. Come here, Gladys. We're gonna grab Gladys. We're gonna grab the camera, and then I'll show you how I can palpate the tortoise, literally feel inside her to see if she has eggs. So let me put you upright. So this is Gladys, and what we need to do is wait for her to kind of start moving around again. Hey, how you doing in there? And when she starts moving her legs, what we're gonna do is insert my finger into that inguinal region and tilt her back a little bit and see if I can feel any eggs in there. And I don't feel any eggs. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. And again, I just don't feel any eggs in there. So that leads me to believe, well, it leads me to believe she doesn't have a ton of eggs, but this girl definitely wants to lay. So what I do in this situation, I'll closely monitor her health. I'll see if she's still eating. But what we may need to do is get a radiograph of her to see if she, in fact, has eggs or not. Because that's really the only way to tell if she has eggs. Now, I have not bred her with a male at all. Specifically, I would like her to grow a little bit. She had problems with what we call dystocia. Dystocia is challenges of pregnancy, and so when you have dystocia, you can't lay eggs. And it's very, very dangerous for the tortoise to have dystocia. So any signs that she exhibits that she is not eating or not moving, or she's just drinking, not drinking, that's an immediate sign that dystocia could be a real problem. See this mid-seam? You see how nice and white that mid-seam is? That is a sure sign that she is growing, and that's what we want her to do. We want her to grow, maybe a good ½ inch from front to back before we introduce her to a male. So that's Gladys. That's the story. She was digging a nest last night, but I do not believe she laid any eggs. We just dug up the nest, and Gladys is a wonderful tortoise. Gladys was previously cared for by Sarah in North Carolina, and Gladys spent the first 20 plus years of her life in California before moving to the east, and she'll be with me as long as I'm around as part of our work with Western Hingeback tortoises. Awesome, Lacey and Will. Thanks for joining me. If you like turtles and tortoises, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to check out my channel. I do a weekly live every Thursday night where I bring on a friend and someone that's an expert in turtles and tortoises and their care. And yeah, they're just incredible animals. This is the West African Hingeback tortoise. Her name is Gladys, and she's just an absolutely amazing animal. These were throwaway pets, quite honestly, in the 1990s, and around the year 2000, the U.S. government said that they can no longer come into the United States, and so this species was literally harvested by the thousands. Tens of thousands were taken out of their homes in West Africa and shipped to the United States to be pets. And many of them died, unfortunately, but, some fell into the care of some really, really dedicated people. And Gladys is a testament to one of those people. If you look closely, Gladys, her mouth, her beak, is not formed correctly. That's probably from, well, it's from a couple things. When she had an infection and lost much of her lower beak, she was nursed back to health by Sarah. But it's also from, just eating very, very soft foods. That beak grows like our fingernails because it wears down. So the beak is constantly growing. And if it doesn't get worn down by kind of sort of tough plants and things like that, then that beak will grow in weird, weird ways. So this is Gladys. Gladys is a Western hingeback tortoise, and she's been with me almost a year. And Sarah, who lives in North Carolina, had been caring for Gladys. And Gladys is now in our care and part of our collection. So if you're interested in tortoises, please do subscribe. I do lots of content with turtles and tortoises, and I absolutely love them. But I specialize in hingeback tortoises, and Gladys is a Western hingeback tortoise. They come from West Africa. I hatch babies. Go check out my channel. I have lots of videos on, particularly shorts, on all the babies that we hatch. I have eggs in the incubator now, and just love doing this. It's a passion project, and I love to share what I do on YouTube. So thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to put Gladys back and continue my work here in the tortoise room. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Saturday. Thanks for joining.